It's Madden NFL 22, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Niners and the Rams, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. And CD, lots of compelling storylines in a game like this. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for these two offenses.
And I'm glad you brought up the numbers because sometimes it's hard to quantify a team's performance solely by judging the numbers. But I think with these two teams, what you see is a pretty accurate representation of who they are.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out comes the San Francisco offense as they are led out by their quarterback, the man known as Jimmy G. That's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
Garoppolo on first down. There's a nice move. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first down, Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's brought down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he lost the football.
Here we go.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On first down, Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And they'll get this down to the 10.
We play to win. Let's go. To the house, baby. To the house.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Let's talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. The kick by Gould is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Well, they didn't get in the end zone, but pretty good balance there on the opening drive between the run and the pass.
Yeah, I think that was probably what they wanted to get accomplished right out of the gate. Throw the ball with success, run it, of course, to set the tone. So if we saw the offensive coordinator's play sheet, probably wrote himself a little note. Exactly what we wanted to do. Probed it early and got it done.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 13th NFL season now. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Yellow 80! Yellow 80! 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
All day.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Yellow 20! 57 is Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 57 is Mike.
To throw is Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Maurice Hurst never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
To try again after the sack. Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Stafford going to give to Akers on the draw. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Mitchell, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, There wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And this complete to Mitchell. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, it's Mitchell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again. Keep giving it to him. Come on, keep giving it to him. Let's go.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Got him.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And that will be incomplete. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
Second and 10. Garoppolo again. And right back to Kittle. This time he's got it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 26.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
This is our time. Our time. I can't hear you.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now Garoppolo. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now. He shakes him off. Again looking for Samuel. This time the catch made. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel on the touchdown pass from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now it's Stafford. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Niners in that first half. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Rams, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play.
Powell now to take it out of the end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, me and you all day, all day.
Going right back to Akers.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
54. Let's put him on the buses.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They're going to run this with a tight end. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
All day, baby, all day.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to Dwelly, his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. To throw is Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It wasn't 3rd and long. It was more like 3rd and attainable, and oftentimes offense just want to run enough to pick up a first down. But I think they wanted a break tendency there. Catch the defense plan for the short pass and push it downfield, and they almost collected a big play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're still looking at 0 on the scoreboard, and they're going to be hard-pressed to do anything with this field position as they'll start at their 1-yard line.
This almost feels like you're trying to climb Mount Everest because they can put together a decent drive, get a couple of first downs, maybe a 3rd one, and still not even get to midfield. That's a daunting task for this offense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. The Rams on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. From the end zone, Stafford.
That's complete to the tight end, Hopkins.
And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, they got him again. Leonard Floyd able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Now Stafford. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, here I come.
Here's Stafford.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Truthfully, I thought the offensive line did an excellent job on that play. We know they can only hold off pass rushers for so long, but I thought they did a great job keeping them at bay for a long, long time, even though he was hit at the end of that play.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Now Stafford. Higbee secures it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
6-man. Check curls, check curls.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
The Rams on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
They'll run for it with Akers.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So Matthew Stafford in the offense. Down by 13. 1:53 remaining. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot. On 1st and 10, Stafford.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
From the 29, Stafford. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Well, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick.
And give him credit, he deserves it. But this is such a breakdown defensively, my goodness. From a pass rush perspective, you know that they got to be coming hard on 4th down trying to get to the quarterback. But from a coverage perspective, how do you not see that play developing? And it turns into a touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. .35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
65.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art. but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
So the victory here for San Francisco. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.